Hey, good morning, everybody. I think it's morning. At least it's morning for me. Today we have a very special CGC unboxing. 158 days in the making. That's right. Turnaround time on this particular shipment through CGC was 158 business days. That's a long time. So these books were originally submitted on June 22nd of last year. They arrived at CGC on June 25th. And they just arrived back yesterday here in Sacramento on January the 26th. That's a long time. 158 days. Wow. Alright, well, this is going to be a pretty special unboxing for a couple of reasons. One, as some of you may know, or some of my friends know, I'm a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, as the original book came out when I was in high school. But these are not the original books. These are going to be a CGC return on TMNT RONIN. So I really like this series. Kind of shocking in a few ways as far as the storyline goes. But I did something different with these. There's 10 of these books. And because they're oversized, they're magazine size, they come in a box this big. For those of you who ship off a lot of stuff to CGC, you often have an option for your return shipping. This time around, I chose FedEx. So normally I choose USPS, but on these, for the price, I thought I would give FedEx a shot. And I noticed that they did something different. They have, of course, their own label, but they have brown tape. They don't have the same type of security tape that USPS uses. So I was always wondering as to why that was when I would watch other unboxing videos, why there was that difference in tape. Now I know. And so do you, if you didn't already. So, this is Mark from Omega Games and Comics. Let's get into it. Alright. So, as always, I'm going to try and open these from the bottom. So that way I don't see the grades on the top. However, I don't know how these are going to be arranged in the box. So, we're going to find out together. Alright. Everybody has their own favorite Ninja Turtle. Doesn't matter what age you are. If you watch the comic, or you read the comic book, or you watched the animated show, everybody has a favorite turtle. For me, it was always Raphael. Alright. In the comic, and I never really watched the show. I thought, at the time for me, it was a little too childish. Alright. Steady cardboard. I don't know, something for TCG. And what else we got? We got something for collectible card cases. Alright, not exactly something I care to look at. Alright, so these issues are going to be, I think, issues 1 through 3, and there are some duplicates of these, so they're not all single issues. So we're going to see a few. I do know that there's a couple of the director's cuts in here. Alright, I think these are going to be a little too heavy, and they're laying on their side, which makes them a little difficult to bring out. Okay. So, let's start with the first one. Alright. Again, these are larger size ones. Okay, so the grade is not on the back of these, which is interesting because I've really never gotten these back before. Okay, so this is TMNT The Last Ronin, number 3. And we have a 9.8. Now, as has been stated by many, many people, when it comes to these particular books, because they have a kind of a hard binding on them, the covers are pretty thick, they're kind of like cardstock, you're more prone to getting higher grades. However, I've never gotten a grade higher than 9.8, so I highly doubt that I'm going to get any 9.9s on this submission. It would be awesome, but I doubt it. Okay, so that's the first book coming out. Alright, the next one is going to be the same book. So TMNT number 3. Alright, and again, it's a beautiful copy of the book. And we have another 9.8. Again, not hugely shocking, as we know that these tend to get pretty high grades. It's rare when you see a 9.6, actually. Alright, these cases are pretty big. Alright, next one coming out. Okay, so this is one of the director's cuts. Really like this cover. And we get a 9.8. all of these books will be up for sale on my eBay store. Primarily because I'm trying to get a 9.6 run of the original series, which is fairly expensive now. A few years ago it was quite a bit cheaper. Alright, next one coming out. Okay, this is going to be another copy of the Director's Edition. Another beautiful copy. And another 9.8. So far, no 9.9s, but again, I'm hardly surprised by that, but I am glad that they're all coming out 9.8s. Alright, next one. Okay. Looks like another copy of issue number 3. And we have another 9.8. Alright. Now these are fairly expensive books to pick up. I mean, $9 comic books are fairly expensive. That used to be the price of like the old graphic novels they would put out. So for those of you who used to read them, that Marvel used to publish with Epic Comics. Alright, so now we have an issue number 2. Another 9.8. Another fantastic cover. Actually, in the early 90s, I was at a Comic-Con down in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I had a chance to meet Kevin Eastman and talk to him. I think it was around 1991, 92, somewhere in there. Really nice guy. Okay, so we have an issue number 1. This is the second printing. Okay, we got a 9.6. Alright, so that's the first non-9.8. Alright, so we're about halfway through the box. Alright, so this is another copy of number 1. Okay, we got a 9.8. Still, no 9.9s. The director's cut, I think, is still probably the favorite cover of the ones that I submitted. Alright, what do we got? Okay, looks like we got another first issue. And we got another 9.8. Alright, so far we have one 9.6. Everything else is 9.8, which is really golden. Alright, and I believe we're down to our last book. Yep, down to our last book, and this looks like a copy of number 1. So I think I did submit 3 copies of the first issue. Nope, this is issue number 2. And another 9.8. Alright, so, in conclusion, I submitted 10 of these books. 9 of them came back at 9.8s. Again, not super surprised. I'm not even surprised I got one with a 9.6. But I am really, really glad that I did submit these. It's too bad they took so long to come back. But in the end, they're back. They're in my collection. At least one copy of each of these is going to be going up on my eBay store, which again is Omega Comics and Games on eBay. So, in conclusion, love this series. Eastman and Largo are always going to be 2 of my favorite creators of all time. Having the chance to actually meet Kevin Eastman in a very casual environment and have a chance to talk to him for 20-30 minutes was pretty awesome. So, I'm going to wrap up this video. Try and keep it under 10 minutes. So, in the end, great submission. Took quite a while to come back. Very happy with the grades, with the exception of that 9.6. Really wish I could have gotten at least one 9.9. But, you know, it is what it is. So, read what you love. Collect what you love. Because life is way too short for any of us to waste the time that we have here. Like, comment, subscribe down below if you want to. If you don't, that's great. You don't have to.